Hello, my name is Chloe, welcome to my channel. Today I'm bringing to you my June TBR. So the lighting in here could change quite drastically because I'm just using like the sunlight and it's getting quite late, so hopefully we can get to the end of this video without going pitch black outside, but it still looks really sunny. So what I just want to talk through, I haven't really done a TBR video in a while now, like for the whole month. I guess the owls kind of counted because that was the whole of April, but you know what I mean. So I've got a couple things going on this month. First of all, I'm taking part in a pen pal book exchange. So I've been grouped with 3 other people, and each month we read a book that we have been sent by another member of the group and annotate and comment on the book. So in the first month, in June, you read one of your own books and then send it out at the end of the month to receive another one in July, and it goes round in a circle. So the book I have picked is actually one I've had left over since the owls, and it was my Care of Magical Creatures because it has a land animal on it, and that is Going Bovine by Libba Bray. I don't know too much about this. All I know is a road trip and mental health and that sort of it. So the first thing we had to do in these books is to introduce yourself, to let people know which colour you were using. So I have written in here to say that everything I do will be in pink. So I've got a very long book to read through and annotate with pink things. So I'm happy with that. This will then be passed to 3 more people, and at the end of September I will get this back with everyone's comments in. And I just think it's a really cute idea, especially as I'm not like 100% excited to read this. The fact I'm doing it for a reason might make it a bit more purpose to it, make me enjoy it a bit more. So that is the first thing I'm reading. The next thing that I'm doing in June is the Ghibli-a-thon. I don't know all of the host names, which I should have looked at before filming this video. I know that one is Jade from JD Ray Reads. I will link the official Twitter account in the description because nobody's posted a TBR yet as far as I'm aware. They may have done by the time I post this. But yeah, so I can post the Twitter so that you can get all of the prompts. So I have the prompts with me now, nicely laminated at work. So there is like a grid to follow. And somebody asked whether you have to go from the bottom to the top or the top to the bottom. It doesn't matter as long as you complete 6 books, whichever way you're going. So I'm not actually interested in Studio Ghibli at all. I don't know what it is. I know there's that Totoro thing. That's pretty much all I'm aware of. So I was hoping this would be like quite a nice push into that world. So I'm actually starting from the top. So the first prompt is Pom Poko. I'm going to butcher all of these. But anyway, that is to read the group book. So the main reason I want to do this readathon is to read Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones. Again, I don't know anything about Studio Ghibli, so I don't know anything about this. Not a clue whatsoever. I know that a lot of people love it. That's pretty much all I can give you. So I am excited to get to this. I really wanted to read it. Saw that Ghibli-a-thon was going to be a thing and grabbed it. So then we split off into 2 directions. I have picked The Wind Rises, which I then explain the prompts next to them, which is an adult romance. This is one I've had hanging about for a while and I just want it gone, and that is Up Close and Personal by Leonie Fox. The reason I haven't just unhauled this is I'm actually doing a challenge this year as well, where I have to spell out certain words about me using the first letter of the title, this being a U, and one of the words I decided to pick was accounting, and I needed a U. So I'm going to read this to fill that and fill this prompt. As far as I'm aware, this is about 3 girls that are best friends, and then some rude, don't know if you heard that. 3 girls that are best friends, and then like some men get in the way. But yeah, adult romance. Next, I've decided to jump into the middle, and I don't know if you can read that or if I can pronounce it. It looks like Ariete. But that is to read a borrowed book. I don't have anything to hold up at this moment. What I'm going to do is I have some books I need to take back from the library that I've read. So while I'm there, I'm going to pick up a book and throw it in as that prompt, as the borrowed book. I don't really have real life friends that I can borrow books from, so I'm just gonna go to the library and get one. But yeah, I'm doing that at some point next week, so I don't have, like, it will be before the readathon, but not before I wanted to do this video. So I will be borrowing a book from the library, and if you want to find out what it is, you'll have to watch the vlog where I read it. So from there I go to The Cat Returns, and that is to read a portal fantasy. I didn't know what that meant. I was very, very confused, but realised that I had a perfect book to fit it, and that is, it's naked so you can't see, The Lion, Witch and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis. I have wanted to read this for ages, and I bought this copy a couple months back and knew it was going to be a horrible old dusty thing. But yeah, I finally have a reason to read The Lion, Witch and the Wardrobe. It's not a very long book. The font is quite huge. It shouldn't take me too long. I sort of, I know what the story's about anyway. So yeah, portal fantasy. That does not look too great there. We'll sit it like that. So from The Cat Returns, I am going to, no, that way, Only Yesterday, which is to read an adult contemporary. Again, none of these books I really know anything about. I'm going for Attachments by Rainbow Rowell. As far as I'm aware, it's a office sort of contemporary. It's 1999 and the internet is still a novelty. At a newspaper office, two colleagues, Beth and Jennifer, email back and forth discussing their lives in hilarious detail, from love troubles to family dramas. Sounds like an adult contemporary to me, and that's what I'm filling this prompt with. Finally, I will probably not be getting to that stage. I can't read this much in 7 days, but I've gone for My Neighbour Totoro. I think I am actually saying that right. And that is to read a book with an otherworldly creature. I have gone for Midnight Alley by Rachel Kane. Again, I don't think I'm going to get to that stage, but this is in case I do. This is the third book in the Morganville series, which is a vampire fantasy thing. I've talked about it a lot before on my channel. Glass Houses and Dead Girls Dance number 1 and 2 are some of my favourite books ever. I reread the first one in the rereadathon. This series is very special to me, and there are 15 books in it, so if I can knock another one off my list this month, I've achieved something. But that is what I will do if I get to the end of the 6 prompts. Okay, that looks relatively stable. So those are the official challenges and things I'm taking part in. There we go. That is everything official I'm taking part in, but something I wanted to bring in that is very exciting to me is Terrence the TBR Tortoise. So I do have tortoises. Well, my mum and dad have tortoises, and I live next to my mum and dad. I treat them as my tortoises, but they aren't available to be picking my TBR. Maybe I can do that at some point in the future. I think Don would just eat whatever I put in front of him. But I've just been so busy. I think I made it in April, didn't have the reading time to do it in May. At this point, I have only read, I think I've just finished my 4th book, and one of them was under 100 pages. So May has been very busy. I finished uni. So what I wanted to do for June is to set very ambitious reading goals, to say, I'm free now. I'm going to read as much as I physically can. So introducing Terrence the TBR Tortoise. I have put a lot of effort into this. So this has all of the unread books on my bookshelf. These books will still be in there because I have chosen them now to go there, so I haven't dug around in here. But apart from that, all of these books should be unread and on my shelves somewhere. So I'm just gonna shake it a bit. Oh, it's Kath Kidson as well, how cute. But yeah, and I think what I'm gonna do is pick 3 books from here. Oh no, but there is a space in the lid for them to get stuck. So we'll jiggle them again. Shake it out. Okay, this is fine. I'm not going to look because I've added them in at different stages, so some of the paper is different, so I sort of know what group of books it could be. Okay, we've got one. So as I said, I'm going to pick 3. There's not going to be any consequences if I don't finish the ones, and there's not going to be any reward if I do. I'm not aiming to do a certain number. I just wanted to pick books out of Tortoise. So the first book is one I've actually been quite excited for a while, which is Done Dirt Cheap by Sarah Lemon. Bear with. Here it is, Done Dirt Cheap. Chelsea from Chelsea Darling Reads, I think, did a TBR try chapter tag and read the first chapter and didn't like it, but it was enough to make me want to give it a go. I believe it is about the daughters in a motorcycle club. I'm not 100%. There's definitely a motorcycle club in it and there's girls in it. So that is what I'm going for. But yeah, I've been very interested in this for a while. This is actually an ARC copy. So someone on an eBay seller sold me an ARC copy. So I went back very angrily and they've still never responded. So I think this is actually signed as well. Yeah, it is. Way. So who cares? It's an ARC, but it's signed. But I shouldn't be paying for an ARC. Very angry. But yeah, that is the first book out of my picks. Alright, we're gonna here we go. We're back in the tortoise. We go right down the bottom. Right, this is... I bought this today and added it in, and that is Between Shades of Grey by Ruta Sepetys. So give me 1 second. I can't believe the book I bought today has made it on already, but here we go. Between Shades of Grey by Ruta Sepetys. This is, Ruta Sepetys wrote Salt to the Sea, if I'm not mistaken, and I listened to the audiobook of that and I really loved it. This book I tried to read when I was quite a lot younger and couldn't do it. I couldn't get into it, but I thought since I'm more mature, I liked Salt to the Sea, so I thought this might be a bigger hit with me now. But this is one night, 15-year-old Lena, her mother and younger brother are hauled from their home by Soviet guards, thrown into cattle cars and sent away. They're being deported to Siberia. An unimaginable and harrowing journey has begun. Lena doesn't know if she'll ever see her father or her friends again, but she refuses to give up hope. So yeah, this, I obviously like it. I picked it up today. I did get it from a charity shop for 50p. Oops. We'll just leave those there. But yeah, charity shop for 50p, so can't really complain, can I? And the last book, I'm going to go down the front now. I seem to have shaken them up too much if the ones I bought today are at the bottom. Oh, this is on squared paper, so this is relatively new as well. This is probably one of my May buys. Oh no, it's not. This one's interesting. I should probably read it before I go and get the book. It is The Gravekeepers by Elizabeth Byrne. So this book was mainly a cover buy. I mean, look at it. And this is about a girl whose parents maintain a cemetery. Lately, 16-year-old Athena Wyndham has been spending all her spare time in her grave. Her parents, owners of a cemetery in upstate New York, are proud of her devoutness, but her 13-year-old sister Laurel can't understand it. Laurel hates her own grave. It's so boring and chilly down there. She'd rather spend her time exploring the acres and acres of state forest that surround the property. I'm not going to read any more than that because that seems intriguing enough to me anyway. It's not that big of a book, but it's not exactly small. I have been excited to pick this up for ages. I just haven't had a situation where it would fit with all the other books I'm reading. So I think out of the three, this is definitely, I'm going to be reaching for this pretty much straight away. Editing Chloe here, realising I made an awful mistake and forgot to talk about Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. So I will be reading this with my buddy read that's been going all year so far. We finally got to book number 6. So this I will need to read in June. It's not as much as a chunky book as Order of the Phoenix, which took me some time this month in May. But yeah, that's definitely gonna take some doing. But yeah, forgot about it. So just pretend it's added in there at the end. There is my very overly ambitious June TBR. I'm just gonna try and hold them actually for a thumbnail. Oh wow. Okay, this is a lot of books. How many have I picked? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And it will be 10 when I get a borrowed book from the library for the Ghibli-a-thon. I'm not scared at all. That's going to be fine. I'm just going to leave them there. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. I'm going to plan on doing proper sit down like this, monthly TBRs every month. It's just because my life has been so hectic up till now and I didn't know when I would have a spare moment to read, so I didn't want to make any promises. But these, I should get these done next month. Well, we're only a few days away from June, but I know what I mean. It feels so good to not be in uni and be free and be starting my job in a couple months. So I have 2 months of pure freedom, apart from going to my part-time job, but that's fine. I can put up with that for 2 months. But again, thank you for watching this video. If you think there are any books here that I do need to jump on or not bother with, actually, let me know. I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you in the next one.